I've been seeing a lot of comments on the internet regarding UX design, and some of them I really don't agree with, and so I thought I'd come on here and set the record straight. If you follow me, you already know my spiel on controversial, spicy topics like this one, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet today, and all I have to say is, don't come at me, bro. Alright, so here's the first myth. The tools that you use as a UX designer will make you more successful. This is false. I think those super messy job descriptions over time put way too much of an emphasis on design tools. And a lot of them are like, be fluent in this and be fluent in that and
know this tool and know this one and be proficient.
And it's like, no you don't. And it's really unfortunate because this leads newer UX designers to believe that the tool is a really important part of the UX design job, and therefore it's better chance that they'll get hired if they know all of these tools. And it doesn't even stop there. They're thinking, well, if the tool is so important, then it must mean that it's really important for me to get my job done. But that is so far from the truth. Like, these job descriptions, you guys, sometimes I can't. I feel like these job descriptions place a high importance on design tools because they don't really know what they want. But they do know that designers have to use tools, so they just want to put some type of criteria on there. But I'll tell you that this is not an indication of whether or not you're going to be a successful designer. From personal experience, I've been in 3 different UX design jobs and have used different design and prototyping tools without previous experience in any of them, and I did just fine. So the true takeaway here is, if you understand UX design principles and you know how to tackle problems, the tool that you use is just a vessel to help you get there. So it really doesn't matter if it's a Porsche or if it's something like a PT Cruiser. I'm very sorry to anyone who drives PT Cruisers, they just kind of make me uncomfortable. So the next myth is you're going to make 6 figures. For me, this myth is neither true or false. There's this really big false narrative out there that being in tech equals I'm rich. Now, this is 100% true for anyone who joins one of those big major tech companies right out of the gate, but that's not the majority. The majority are probably people more like me. I had no experience in UX design. I applied and I cried to more than 200 random companies and was relieved to hear that someone took a chance on me. And no, it wasn't a big tech company. And guess what? I didn't start at 6 figures. And if we want to get real, I actually started at $0. Yeah, that's right. Total goose egg. The market was so saturated with UX bootcamp students, so I was willing to take a massive hit on my income and risk it to ensure that I could get a UX design title on my resume. And I've heard so many other people going through this same exact experience. That's the thing, these bootcamps are very, and I mean very good at selling a fantasy. And I don't want to discourage you at all, because I also know a lot of people who ended up making a really good salary right out of bootcamp. But I really just don't want anyone to feel like misled or disappointed if one of the sole reasons why you become a UX designer is for the money. Remember, we all know this one to be true, but money ain't everything. Okay, let's move on to the next myth, and that is you're the designer, so you have to design everything. This is false. UX designers live on a whole spectrum of design. So if you're given a project like a website, you do not have to design everything, like the logo, the font, the icon, the animations, on top of all the other UX and UI design work. Oh man, I remember when I was a newer UX designer, I had this moment where I felt like I had to design someone's logo because I already agreed to design their website. And so then I tried it, and then I realized the logo was super fugly and that I should have never agreed to this and that I never want to do this again. And that's okay. And I know, there are situations where you might be the only UX designer at your company. But just remember that outsourcing is always, and I mean always, an option. So I wish I educated myself a bit more on all the different types of design and what kind of responsibilities come with each of them. So I could have set boundaries for myself and identify when something's out of scope, and also know when it's reasonable to ask for help. And if you want to learn more, I highly suggest you check out this video next.